Tuesday, October 9th, 2024, October 9th, 10th, 9th, whatever. 7, Tuesday was 8, 9. Today's the 10th. Thursday, October 10th, 2024. And rarely does The View have start with a hot topic that I wasn't already aware of. Um, but I missed this. Apparently, in a couple of rallies, Donald has gone, or at least in one rally, Donald went on some tirades about The View and the interview that the ladies did with Vice President Kamala Harris, which was on Tuesday. And they played quite a lengthy clip this morning about him referring to Sonny Hostin as really dumb, really dumb. You could tell he wanted to say dumb bitch, but he just didn't. Um, and you know, and so he just repeated it several times about her being dumb and stupid, and then told a story about hiring Whoopi, and she was filthy, and um, because Whoopi used to do stand up, and apparently did stand up in his casinos. So the ladies then get their turn to sort of do the rebuttal, and Whoopi says, "Yeah, you did. You hired me 4 times, so you knew what you were getting. You can't say you were that surprised about it." And Sonny did a lovely, legal note that was hilarious, uh, with some great zingers about, she may not have spent as much time in a courtroom as he has, or, that he's familiar that she would give him a View mug, not to be confused with a mug shot because he already has one of those. Anyway, it was pretty funny, but the and then Sarah Haynes went on this whole thing about, I guess it was from the New York Times, and who the fuck cares what the New York Times has to say about anything anymore? But she she's like, here's all the statistics about why his rallies are, showing that he's going downhill and he's in cognitive decline. And it's like, shut up with your stats. This is just fun. Um, and of all the people, Amy Alyssa Farrah Griffin comes up with, hey, he's more foul mouthed than any of the women at this table. If you ever heard him talk behind closed doors, um, and that's been documented forever. His vocabulary is poor, and it's fucking this, fucking that all the time. So anyway, that's in between shoveling hamburgers in his mouth. Um, but and then she defended her coworkers, which I thought was great, and then went on this thing about um, his rallies are causing a problem because it's just reminding people of the chaos and all of the bullshit. And I think that uh, Kamala Harris has done a really smart thing by in her interviews saying, "Look at his rally. This is what you're going to get out of a president if you look at his rallies. And it's never going to talk about you. It's just going to talk about his grievances." And I think it was a really good point when she started to make it about you're never going to hear anything about you. And I think she could expand that to be you're never going to hear him talk about any problems he's going to solve, um, or any solutions that he can offer. Um, and then and then Whoopi made a fantastic point that he's on stage for 82 minutes. And this is the thing that he's mad about. He's mad about people sitting around a table discussing politics, the election, and sometimes him. He wasn't even mad that they about anything that they said about him. He was just mad at them in general for just being on TV and talking. And um and Whoopi's point is he's not talking about being angry about hurricanes or climate change, which by the way, these massive hurricanes that keep coming over and over again are a result of climate change. So I guess taking climate change out of the textbooks in Florida didn't help. And we thought that was going to be such a winning idea. Um, he's not talking about how he's going to reduce the cost of living for anybody. He talks about his tariffs, which is just going to make costs go up. So, you know, it is an interesting tactic, and for Amy Lissa Farfar Griffin to talk about how it's just reminding people of the chaos. I think it's a reminder. We need to be reminded that what you get in his rallies is what you're going to get on TV every day for 4 years. He's not going to talk about any solutions for any issues that are happening. He's not going to talk about helping you, the American people. He's going to talk about what he's angry about that day, and it's going to be the press and you know, gotcha journalism. On the other hand, when you know, on The View, when they showed a clip of Saturday Night Live and doing an imitation. Now, again, it wasn't insulting in any way, but you know, Kamala Harris' signature laugh finds it funny because she can laugh at herself because her ego isn't that fragile. Um, but I thought that was fascinating, and I it's I've kind of been waiting for that meta moment when The View makes itself the hot topic. So I'm glad it came, and it came as a surprise to me. And then the other hot topic, which is something that I talk about all the time, about, you know, J Lo says she's going to take some time for herself. I'll see it when I believe it. She's got a pattern of not being able to be alone. But I've said this a million times, and how odd that Amy Alyssa Farrah Griffin and I agree on something wholeheartedly. That it's very important. You have to be able to be on your own, live on your own, and be content on your own, to be a really productive partner to someone else, in a healthy, non codependent relationship or strictly dependent relationship. Um, and the there is not one thing in our popular culture that teaches people that that should be enough. Everything, whether it's straight or gay, no matter what color you are, everything is about coupling up. That you need to find your person, that you know, that someone is going to complete you. All of this and this romanticized idea of what being together in a couple is, and it's bullshit. Um, I don't think people are meant to spend that much time together, and specifically not exclusively. You need to be able to have, and that doesn't mean sexual or intimate relationships, but you need to be able to have relationships outside that partnership, because you it is just dangerous to be to put all of your um, you know, existence into the care of one other person. Um, so anyway, that my point is that Amy Alyssa Farrah Farlando Griffin and I agreed. I think she's still got some work to do though. She still hasn't either. Um, Either she's just like trying to hold up a public persona, um, and actually feels differently privately, which is really frustrating. Um, you know, you don't need to just fill a role because that's what they're paying you to do, to be on TV. They're paying you to actually be a human being. Um, so, uh, and I think, you know, Barbara Walters would say it. She said it to all the other ladies. The most important thing is that you're being authentic. Be yourself. So don't try to play a part and do something. Be something that you think they want from you, um, because it's just going to come off disingenuous. And I feel like that's what Amy Alyssa Farrah Griffin does. And that's why she flip flops in her opinions, and why she, you know, goes through these mental gymnastics trying to justify Republican bullshit, um, and trying to justify why she has not yet said that she's going to vote for Kamala Harris, which it still annoys me. But anyway, yes, do the work on yourself. Be content with on your own. And you know what? You don't need to do that in order to find a partner. And you don't need to have the goal being find a partner. The goal of being content on your own is enough. And you on your own are enough. This idea that people have to be in a single committed partnered relationship in order to be happy, healthy, successful is bullshit. I will die on that hill alone.